Season 51, War number 12, the final war of the season, the final war of the Clarity meta, and the bans are Crossbones, Kate Bishop, Maestro, Venom, and Null. And we are going to finish off the season with a bang. I have Angela back, so I'm really excited to take 6 fights with Angela, and then the final fight of the season will be with my beautiful Tigra, of course. We do have the Odin synergy active for Angela, and there are going to be some fights that I would have normally taken with Tigra that I'm just going to take with Angela instead, because the synergy just makes the fights later in the war easier. So we're going to start on path 8 against this bishop here. Angela or Tigra would both work very well for this fight, because Tigra just misses his special attacks and is OP, and then Angela just goes immune to the debuffs. So either way, the threat of this fight is just because he has that cruelty. So if he hits you and it crits, you die, with the SP2 obviously. If he hits you through the block with the crit buff, it hurts very bad. So we just want to ideally kill him fast. That's basically the strategy here, because he is just going to throw specials into my block with the cruelty sometimes. Luckily, he didn't actually crit me through the block very much, so it didn't end up mattering, but I don't think he crit me through the block at all, honestly. I'm going to go for the kill here, and yeah, plenty of damage. Like, that was the first fight. Like, we don't even have the synergy going, and that was a 38k medium, so yeah, this is going to be a really, really fun war, and I think the title of this war is going to be, like, I finished my season with, like, one of the most perfect wars ever, and it's just because all of these fights just go so well, and I'm really happy with how they went. So we're fighting Hulk next, which I was slightly scared of, because this Hulk is a big Hulk, and if I mess up the unstoppable transfer, then I kind of die. If I mess up like a parry failing, then I probably die. So we're just not going to let that happen. I say probably die, but I was running an invul, and Angela is tanky as hell, so I don't really know if that matters too much, but I am going to intentionally try to keep personal space low. I'm going to intentionally block the first hit of his SP1s sometimes, and here I'm like, okay, he's going to go unstoppable. He went unstoppable. I was prepared for it, and then it's going to come soon where I'm actually going to parry, and then it didn't count right there, and then I got lucky. If he threw the SP1, I probably was dead, but he didn't, so we're lucky, and yeah, we're fine. That was almost very bad. I swear, even when I'm trying to manage personal space, and I'm like, I know the ability accuracy reduction is there, I'm still going to try and mess it up, so luckily we're fine. So, plot protection, you know. Anyway, we go against this Guardian here next on node 24. This is also kind of scary path placement, because if he hits you, kind of like Hulk, if he hits you, you die. In this case, Guardian's SP2. Because, yeah, the prowess combined with the fact that his SP2 is one of the hardest hitting specials on defense in the entire game anyway, I don't want to see it happen. So, basically, return policy is here, so I'm going to make sure that whenever I drop a special, the armor break is going to remove his armor up, but he's still going to be below 2 bars. So throwing the special 1 when he's like below a bar of power is the way to go. And then I just don't push him to SP2 in this fight. I just don't want to deal with it. I am pretty decent at the full decks, but I'm not going to risk that in war. And yeah, so we go back in, and then this combo is going to finish him off, I think, after the relic, or just with the relic. So there we go, another Angela fight taken down. And then we have another one here on 33, I think. And yeah, this fight's pretty easy. She parries non-contact, so we don't really have a lot of defensive threats here. You can remove Negasonic's evade just by parry heavying, so we're going to do that. And then also, I could Tigra this fight for sure. Tigra completely misses Negasonic's SP2 and has a perfect heavy counter, but I just don't end up going for it, so it's not really a big deal. Either one would have worked perfectly for this fight, so I'm just going to take the extra damage for the rest of my Angela fights throughout the synergy. Well, actually, now that I say that, it's like the team has won. Like, Angela gets extra attacks, so maybe it didn't matter, and I could have Tigered this fight and not lost any extra attack on Angela the whole time. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. The fight lasts like 30 seconds, so There's no point in arguing. So now we're gonna fight Future Ant-Man on node 42, and this fight is actually kind of long compared to the other fights. The strategy was just like nuke it with Angela because I have like 4 wins on the synergy already, so like he can't last too long, right? So I just get clarity up, and then I'm gonna go for like a parry heavy soon. He gets some armor ups there, and like, oh well, I need to keep those low if I can help it. So let's get some intercepts. I get 1, and then I get the second one right there, and then I armor break, so it becomes a passive. Now he's got a bunch of armor ups. I'm like, okay, the start of the fight is not going very well. He's still at 98%, and there's like 40 seconds already expired, so let's try to start killing him. And at this point, I'm actually going to do a bunch of damage. So I'm going to go for like a parry heavy, and I'll take the 1 eye open damage. I really don't care. I have Angela's regen, which is just completely fat at this point, and 17k mediums. We're cooking. I'm going to block the SP2, at least part of it, and then I'm going to go for a intercept right there, and then we get it, and I'm just trying to keep his armor ups down if I can help it. Get a heavy, remove protection, try to go for a backdraft intercept. He doesn't go for it immediately, but then he does. And now look at this, look at just this damage, man. I finally found my window where I'm like, okay, he doesn't have a lot of armors for me to remove, so I can just kind of go ham on him. And then I line my SP1 up with the knockdown. Gonna go for a combo right here, and he's just dead. Like, we triggered a damage cap on the medium from Fan-Man's Sig ability. So that was 1 minute and 30 seconds. And this M.O.D.O.K on Hazard Shift, Incinerate, and Shock is not going to even last 30 seconds, I think. So that's gonna be funny. Poor M.O.D.O.K. Yeah, we're just spoiler alert. He's gonna die very fast. We get clarity in literally 4 hits, and then he can't auto block now. I'm just gonna dex the SP1s. Combat regen here was a bit of a mistake, probably because of his regen reversal, but like, who cares? This fight is so over. We go for a combo here, and just, I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just damage. It's just a lot of damage, and then he dies. Ramped Angela is so stupid, dude. 27-second mini-boss. And then the final fight of the season, of the Clarity meta, is going to be another Tigra versus Onslaught on 49. And spoiler alert, this is the best Tigra versus Onslaught on 49 fight I have ever done. Perfect way to end the season. Activate all the Mystic Power Backs and then my PS1. And we just bait 3 heavies, SP2, a second SP2, and then he's dead. That's as simple as this goes. Like, just putting Onslaught on a node where he can be Tigra'd is just asking for a nuke. So, anyway, I love this fight. It's one of my favorite fights on the war map when he pops up, because I can just do this Tigra fight in less than 30 seconds. It might be more than 30 seconds. Hold on. Tigra, she kills him. That was less than 30 seconds. Yeah. Okay, so 2 back-to-back less than 30-second mini-bosses to finish my seasons. Exactly 27 each, so there we go. Season's over. The war is still going on, but our opponents aren't trying to win this one, so yeah, there we go. We win the war. We finish at 5-7. Bad season for us, but we're just gonna put it aside and come back swinging for the next season. So I finished my season overall with 76 fights and 2 deaths. 1 death of a fight I should have never assigned myself because I am a war planner, so it was just a bad decision on my part. And then 1 fight that I just didn't have my brain working for, so I finished last season with only 1 death, so I am a bit upset that this season's worse than the last one, but I'm still proud of how it went, and I'm looking forward to next season based off of the tactic pools and such. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being on this long journey through the Clarity meta for me. I didn't like this tactic as much as X Magica, but it wasn't a bad tactic, so I haven't really played a tactic that I thought was bad, except for like the first 6 wars of Crush 2.0. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.